And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, live with at 5. This interview is special to me because Freeman all day, West Farms all day. My brother Fausto is with me. Thank you, my brother, for doing this.
Always, my brother. You know, I'm available for
We've
you.
been talking for fucking years about
I was
this.
probably one of your first fake interviews that you want. Not first, but like maybe in the first 10.
The first, hell, easy,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first 5
yeah.
because Frank was number 3. I think JP was 6. Julio was 9. And the reason why I bring up these names is because we all grew up together. They're younger than me, but I say we grew up together. And they all doing their own thing. It's a blessing. God bless
Facts.
Frank. God bless JP.
Facts.
God bless Julio, your OG. I didn't even
That's
know
a
that nigga
fact.
was my age. I thought he was your age.
Nah, yeah. That was definitely my OG growing
For
up.
real,
For
man.
sure,
But
for sure.
you came up in those interviews. Your name kept coming up and it kept coming up. Let's just go with why did your name? I know why, but explain to the people why your name kept coming up in those interviews.
From what I understand, I watched them. But from what I understand, I think it's just because I was one of the pioneers on Freeman to do entrepreneurship.
Yep.
And I think that a lot of the guys from the crew and the team and just kind of like saw what I was able to do and was inspired. And that created a whole generation of like fashion heads in my block
Hell yeah.
and entrepreneurship. For sure, for sure. And I was the youngest out the crew.
That's crazy. So let's start with Frank first. Was he the first one? I think JP was last, right? Because
Frank might have been the first one just because he's a hustler by nature. Like his
yeah,
nuts. So he had came
it's that
home.
Watson shit.
Yeah, he had came home. Me and him used to do other things together before
Yeah,
fashion,
yeah,
right? So we was dib and dabble, and then we was friends.
yeah,
And then he had got locked up, and when he came home, I was already doing my brand.
yeah.
So he saw it like almost in the initial part of it, and he was looking at it. And I remember he would come to the house and see me being involved, and he was just
And
watching
we're
me.
talking about Lavie.
Yeah, we talking about the first brand called Lavie, which
Hell
means
yeah.
the life in French.
Nice.
So I think he was the first one because of that. I think because he saw it, he was like, you know what? He's not even that he's a fashion. He was like, I'm a hustler. I could do what he's doing. That's
Easy.
that's what it, I think that what it came out
No,
to.
that's a fact. So then Julio was next.
I
If you
I
had to
had
like
this.
put in order,
I think
because
Julio was
bakery is
next.
15 years.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have. Yeah, I think it was him. After he had like he was doing music.
Yeah,
So I was Julio was doing music, and I think he just like started. He started the bakery thing,
yeah,
which was like a label. If I'm
yeah.
not mistaken, Julio, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
No, it was definitely a
It
label.
was a label, and
Yeah,
then I think just merch came naturally after
it
that,
has to come. Yeah,
and
it
then
makes
and then
sense.
it just became what it became.
And then the one that gave you not the most props, but the one that you can see through the like you can just see it, hear it in his voice and see it in his eyes. JP really was just a different dude, bro. This motherfucker said, I think he started with some cupcakes or some shit, and then he said the designer from that. I don't know. My bad, JP. Go watch the interview, goddamn it.
That's right. Go watch the interview. Go
He
back.
ended up in LA. That's all I know. Ahí estaba matando el tipo. Because he wasn't doing what you was doing. He took it to the next level. He
Right,
said,
right.
I'm gonna be the one to put fashion designers and create their shit.
Right,
If I'm
right.
not mistaken. Something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So the thing with JP was, again, fashion was a like JP, my brother. These all into fashion.
Your brother said he put you on, by the way.
My brother,
Shout out to Rock.
Rock,
He
Rock,
said he put you on. He gave you all your ideas. That's what he said.
Rock is the man. There's no way around that. I can't. Rock is the man. There's no way around that. It is what it is.
Because you know what's crazy? Technically, he might be right because y'all grew up in the same crib. Shout out to Fatima, the OG,
Big
super
Fatima.
OG.
Big Fatima.
Yo, she is the OG of the block. You see Fatima get out the way, help her with her bags, and
a
it's
fact.
all good.
It's,
So technically, Johnny's not lying because y'all grew up in the same house, so your ideas are his ideas, right? And y'all bouncing off each other.
so yeah, yeah. So
Let's,
so
let's put it that way so
yeah,
you can feel
yeah,
good, you know?
yeah, yeah. No, it's a fact. The thing about me and my brother is that we was always into fashion. Like
Y'all
we
some
was,
fly
we was,
niggas.
we was just fly. Like we just wanted to be fly more than anything.
Vanson days.
Yeah, Vansons. Listen, I bought a NBA leather that cost $2,000.
Diablo.
I went to Genesis to buy this. Right, this is a true story. And I'm little. I'm like 160 right now, 165. Mind you, this was like 25 years ago,
Yes.
maybe even more. And when I went there, I was like, it was one white NBA leather. He was like, yo, it's 2,000. I was like, what size you got? He was like 5X. I said, you don't got it bigger. Bigger.
That was the flow back then. That was the fire.
Bigger. He was looking at me like, little nigga, 5X, 6X, bro. Like,
Come
it's
on,
not a
relax.
big difference. I was like, you know what, let me get it. I just wanted to start. But
Yeah.
that's the type of shit we used to do. Vansons,
I was there, I know.
all that. So we was just fly. And I think also Freeman, like, we created the flyness in the Bronx culture. Because Bronx wasn't known for flyness.
Nah.
Bronx was known for a whole bunch of other shit besides flyness. But you had Harlem, you had Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
you had even some Queens niggas. So when you thought fly niggas in Bronx, it was definitely Freeman. Because we would PBS, Pretty Boy Squad. You remember that?
100%.
We used to do that. We had Mike, we had How, we
Yeah.
had Danny,
Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
J-Rock.
Shout out to all them niggas.
So
Vanson.
those-
Yeah, and y'all all have Vansons.
We all had Vances, we all had Pellets, we all had Avrexes.
Yo, yeah.
So,
That's a
in different
fact.
colors.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we used to go crazy. So those my OGs because I was the baby out of all of them.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, I was the baby. And so we was into fashion and all that. We used to go to parties, take niggas, girls, PBS like what, all over the song and all that.
I seen it.
It's a fact. It's fact.
What happened was, now let me give y'all a picture. Before we move on to the Lavie and how, I'm gonna give y'all Freeman. I'm older than them, right?
That's a fact.
So
Older
they
than
down the block. Me and my niggas are up the block, doing my daughters, selling drugs, doing crazy shit.
Facts.
It was our block. That's the fact.
That's
But
a fact.
when these little niggas started getting bigger, they're not little no more now. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go chill with them niggas. Like and sorry to we're not gonna name names. A lot of my friends didn't like them niggas, and I don't know why. I said I'm going down there to chill with them. They got bitches. Like
Oh, now the summers, some of the summers. Yo, the
y'all
summers
had
are
the
free.
block nigga.
Yo, the
Y'all,
summers are free.
thank you for welcoming me.
Yeah, yo, the summers are. First, we used to do pool parties.
Yep.
We used to go and grab 20, 30 people from the block and take them to night pool. We used to jump into people's pools, 30 people. It was
Savage.
fire. So we used to. So just quick story about that.
Yeah.
We used to. So we in the summers we used to sell slushies and like.
Y'all
and
niggas was
nutcrackers
doing y'all
and all
was doing
that. We
everything.
was hustlers. We was hustlers.
Y'all was
too.
doing everything, man.
Yo, we used to have group of girls, at least 6, 5, 4 groups of girls in the
Yep.
block drinking, chilling. Like
Yep.
not
I
talking to each
tried
other.
to take some.
Yo, it's a fact. We had
I
good
might have
times.
got one or two.
It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun.
Good. It was a good time, man. This is why no matter where we go in this world, how big we get, how rich we get, it is for me, and I know for him it's gonna be Freeman and West Farms and Freeman, however you want to say it, for life.
sure.
And obviously we're not there no more. My family's there. I gotta go. Kayla's there. Kylie's there. I gotta go back no matter what. So let's move on. So what? Let's go with Lavie.
Okay.
What? Because my man Pito, young man,
Yes.
I was playing softball with him.
Yeah, he's a.
The nigga comes out one day. I think we had a game and then we had to go somewhere. He goes in his trunk. He pulls out like 3 Lavies. I'm like, well, so what you know about that? He said, Fausto's my brother. I'm like, nigga, that's my brother. What the fuck? So shout out to Pito, by the way.
For sure.
So let's
In
go.
Orlando, that's his friend that introduced me to people. Go ahead.
There you go.
You gotta throw it in there.
you gotta keep it real. Okay, so let's talk about Lavie. How was Lavie created?
So Lavie started because I was at Bruce. You remember Bruce from the block?
Yes.
All right. So Bruce's uncle.
Yeah, Bruce. Wow. He was rolling. He was the gambler.
Was he?
He was the dice rolling nigga.
Oh yeah. So Bruce was one of our friends, and his uncle was Tony Shellman. He used to own Mecca and Anichi.
Okay. Wow. Throwback.
Yeah. So you already know. So one day he comes over to the block. It's a summer day. Nigga pulls up in a Beamer. Bruce ain't known for none of that, right? So we was all like surprised, like, fuck this nigga doing on the Beamer. He's like, yo, I got my uncle's crib. It's open. He's letting me take care of it. And we like, word, like we like nigga didn't even pay attention. He's like, come, I'm gonna take y'all. And he got a Porsche and a Range. And we like,
The fuck?
fuck is this nigga's up for? Like he's not known for that.
Yeah.
It's not like your rich uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody has a rich uncle in the hood.
100%.
Everybody has that uncle that's rich and like tells that story.
This was weird.
Yeah, so we like, all right, whatever. But we ended up getting in the car, lapped up and all that.
Hell
Bro,
yeah.
take us to this mansion in New Rochelle, bro. I'm not talking about like a house. A mansion.
Wow.
Pool table, attic, 5, 6 bedrooms.
Yeah,
like
100%.
so we in there like, he's like, and I got the keys. So he gives all of us, here's you take the Range, you take the
What
Beamer.
type of irresponsible nephew is this?
Yo. You know where we went? Straight to Dykeman.
Wow.
Came over here, started bagging joints just to bring them back to the crib. We got pictures about. I should give you pictures so you could post, right? Like in the interview, right? Like boo boo.
That's
so,
funny.
So now we at the crib, boom boom. Anyway, long story short, I'm in this attic and I'm reading articles and I'm like, I'm just reading who this uncle is.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, the owner, he's a
So
Moreno.
you know what's crazy? That instead of you doing the young nigga shit with the bitches, you doing homework now.
Yeah, because I wanted to know. I was just curious, like, who
Just
the
to,
fuck?
but I'm trying to say you so on point that you like, how do I get this?
Exactly.
Where's this coming from?
That's exactly how I felt.
Fire.
And then I'm like, yo, he's black. Like I'm a kid. I'm young.
Yeah.
All I know is poverty. You know, my mother was on welfare.
All
We was
day.
coming up. We was just figuring out we was hustling.
Mango all day.
All that, right? So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So he says, oh yeah, my uncle owns this. I'm like, Mecca, you need to rock that. And I love fashion.
100%.
So I'm like, y'all want to meet him? He's like, he's not gonna meet you. You're a kid. You're not. I said, I'm gonna start a clothing line. So I have an excuse to meet him, and that's how the brand was born. I started a clothing line so I could meet his uncle. That's it.
That's it. There you go.
That's it. That was all it is.
How far? Okay, how far and how long did Lavie last? Because it was around for a minute.
So Lavie was around 8 years, if I'm not mistaken, give or take 7, 6, 8, 9 years. And the reason that ended was because we ended up partnering up with two Indian cousins, and one Indian cousin was stealing from the other one. So the one that was financially supporting the business
yeah,
was getting robbed by his cousin that brought him the business. So what they was doing was his cousin, which was our partner. So every time you order clothes and you order something, you got to order minimum. Let's say it's 3, 4, 500, whatever the minimum is, right?
yeah,
Let's say we would do pre-sales. So we would go do sales, and let's say I sold 220 of these, I would make 220 of these, right? That would be the idea.
Yeah.
He would buy 500. You know why? He was getting a lick back from the factory. So once his cousin paid the bill, so let's say it cost me $20 for this hoodie, right, in China.
yeah.
He would tell his cousin it's 25. So the $5 difference, the factory would pay him.
Yeah, but $5 times 1,000
Times 5 years of this.
Aye.
You imagine, so imagine on top of the fact that if I sold 200 and I bought 500, that means I got 300 over
Yeah.
that is not selling. That's just accumulating.
Yeah.
It's basically money sitting in your warehouse.
Yep.
So, and that kills any business. Inventory is your killer because your inventory is your profit. But for him, he was making the money so upfront, like front end, not back end.
He didn't care about the
He
business.
didn't really care about the business. He thought it was gonna last forever. Until one day, his cousin was like, "Yo, I'm 800,000 in debt," and I'm like, "Yo, bro, we've made over $1 million in a year
With Lavie.
with Lavie. Like we've sold and grossed over $1 million. Like how we in debt?" It's like, "Oh, because we got all this inventory." So investigating, we found out the nigga was just, "Bro, we sold 200. Why we buying 500? We sold 500. Why you buying 1,000?" That type of time. So that business just went to it just died because we couldn't maintain it.
You can't. When it comes to rats, when it comes to thieves, bro, it's something that you just can't tolerate, bro. And it kills, bro. That could have still been happening, and you could have built on top of that.
And I cried like a baby when that happened. Like I felt like because at that point I think I was like 28 already, and I started the brand like around 20.
Yep.
So I had like 8 years of just doing this. I like went to
And
business
it was
school.
profitable.
Yeah, I went to business school. When I went to business school, I went to a private college. I was the only one in that school with a business. So I was learning and already doing my entrepreneurship, and nothing at that point. I cried like because at this point, 8 years of my life is gone. Technically, I was about to be 30 soon. I had to start all over. I ended up going to work at Zara because I just didn't know what to do. I already had I think 2 kids, and I was just like, what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Like what I'm gonna do?
They pretty much took it away from you
Yeah, like what I'm gonna
for
do? At
some
this
scheming bullshit.
Yeah, like, damn, my nigga, this is my livelihood.
Yep.
I've been working 8 years for this, so that went to shit. I cried, I worked at Zara. And then while working at Zara, people used to make fun of me, by the way. People used to be like, isn't that the owner of, because, we niggas was lit.
Yeah.
I was lit on MySpace.
Yeah.
On MySpace, it was like Instagram now.
Hell yeah.
And I was super lit, so people knew my life. Like, people would see it and da-da-da. I was an influencer before influencers.
Yeah, I was there.
So... so people would make fun of me like, isn't that the owner of Lavie? Haha, look at him over here working at Zara. Da-da. But I was chill. In the back of my mind, I would clean toilets if I have a plan. Like I'm a hustler. Like, all right.
No, fact.
So at that with Lavie, I had like 7 partners. Because at the time when I started the brand, I didn't have money. So if I knew you knew how to design, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna give you a piece of this business. If you knew how to do sales, I'm gonna give you business. You did marketing, you did a so
Everything.
I created a team.
Yeah.
And so this time, we all learned from each other during that time. And I think when I did V Rich, was the second brand. I partnered up with my partner at BR at the time. He was my previous partner, and it was like me and him could do everything. So we didn't need so many people at this point.
Yeah.
We kind of already knew what we needed. It was like a school,
Yeah.
for 8 years. And we was able to blow up V Rich in 6 months. 6 months, we already had sold 200,000. As a matter of fact, our first trade show, we sold 200,000 in 2 days.
Damn.
Because we already knew the business. We already was in, you know what I mean? It's like a school. So when we came in, we did V Rich 200,000 first 2 days. I was like, what the fuck?
This is the brand that we got now.
That's the brand
That we're about to go do a
Yeah,
tour.
I got one right now. There's all that I'm gonna show you in a few.
Hell yeah. So let's go back to the schooling thing. So even from the beginning, from the mansion, from Bruce's uncle, you always wanted to learn. Like I can just even like I didn't know this part about the story. So even after while you in business, you're already lit, and you're still saying, you know what? Now I'm gonna go to learn for real. I'm going to school. What motivate the school? Because you could have just been hood smart. No, you wanted to know the real shit.
I just wanted to know as much as I can. Right, knowledge is power. So for me at the time, now you could go to ChatGPT and just be like, yo, and it'll be like, yeah.
Back then.
Back then it was barely Google.
Yep.
Barely.
You got to go get that book.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, you know what? My mother always wanted me to go to college. I didn't really want to go to college. But I was like, you know what? I like business. I'm already got a business. I already had a clothing store with Abu. I was part owner for that.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, for a little while. And then nothing. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to see what it was, business, what it is. How can I make this better? How can I be better?
So did you finish that, or that was just?
Yeah, I got my associates in it, but I
2 years. I mean?
Yeah, I went in, got my associates, and I left.
There
I
you
already
go.
know. I already, like I said, I was already shaking.
And if you want to go back, you could go back.
course.
It's super easy now. So there you go, people. So what? How do you pronounce it?
So everybody says V Richie, Vi Rich, Vi Richie. The real the way you pronounce it is Vivish. It's French.
Yeah.
Vivish. It means rich life.
Vivish.
Vivish.
Okay.
But we New York niggas. So I say V Rich.
Gotcha.
It's VIERICHE. You don't pronounce the E in rich,
Okay. So
it's
now it's
rich.
rich life,
which means rich life.
and then Lavie was what?
And Lavie was the life.
So we went from what to
We
what?
went from the life to the rich life.
And there you go. So we're gonna go check out some pieces. Stay tuned. Be right back. All right, so we back. We're gonna take a tour of the pieces. Fausto, take it away.
So we're in Empire in Dykeman, one of my favorite stores out here in New York. They got all the fly shit. They carry Gifted. They carry Legends Prevail, Godspeed, Valley, Lost, all the cool brands, and obviously they carry my brand.
Hell yeah.
They just got this collection in actually, but this is for example a crop jacket that comes with this pant. This is a windbreaker set. It has a baggy flare, so this is super dope. I got a couple of celebrities already wearing it. Shout out to Luala LA, a few people that's already been out seeing it. This just dropped, so they got this. This came out in three colors, I think. It was 4 colors. These 3 and another one. And then now we also got this is a vegan leather button down with the pants. The pants also fit like this. It's a baggy flare. Super dope, doing really amazing for me. This is super cool. So people don't know, but we was one of the first ones to do a 2-panel tee. And a 2-panel tee means that it doesn't have an armhole.
I saw that.
Right? So it's basically a front panel and a 2-panel. So this is the original. The one that we did afterwards, which I'm glad they got here, is a 2-panel with a zipper. So the reason we put a zipper is because it literally comes apart. So
Hell
the
yeah.
front and the back separates. So any other shirt that we sell with a zipper, you can able to mix match the front with the back.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so you can take this front and put it, hypothetically speaking, if this one had the zipper, you can put it with this back. So you got a whole different t-shirt vibes, like what the fuck is he wearing? This is the back. So it comes up completely apart. And then we have a 2.0, original 1.0 and a 2.0 coming out for fall. I'm not even going to tell y'all about that. You have to wait for that one.
We'll come back for that.
The 2.0 is going to be crazy though. But I don't want to say too early because social media is so fast, they'll do it before me.
Hell
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Now,
Yeah.
now you gotta, you know what I mean?
You gotta hold it back.
You gotta hold it back. But anyway, like I said, this is just that. They got this stuff now, but like I said, they got all the dope Jordans, they got all the Asics, they got all the cool hats. This is the place to be. This is one of the places to be in New York, period. Super
Fire.
dope. Yep.
I just want to touch back to the designs. So let's go back to this here. Why? Oh, by the way, this is what Vic had on in our interview, the Hut Part 2. I was like, yo, that's my man shit. And, and that created this.
That's funny.
Even though it was supposed to happen, but you know what? Everything is timing. God bless.
Everything is sounding for sure.
So when it comes to the look, todo way, look at my pants. Why are designers? I don't know. It's probably not only you. Why are we going back to the baggy?
So, shout out to Biel. That's my partner. I mentioned him earlier, but he's my heart and soul in this. We're like
Yeah.
heart and soul, brain and fuck. I don't know, brain and heart. That's
Yeah,
who we
yeah.
are. It's like this doesn't work without him, and it don't work without me.
Gotcha.
Because this is our DNA. He's a designer. He's the head designer. He's the one that comes with a lot of creative ideas and push it together. But I'm a creative designer with him in the sense of like the way that we put things together, like it be brainchilds. Like, yo, I'll come up with concepts, I'll tell him and he'll spit it back to me, he'll show it to me. I'm like, yeah, that's what I wanted. Or I'll be like, change this, change that, move this. So he'll also spit stuff that he does, and I'll be like, oh, that's fire, that's perfect. Or nah,
No, because the collab is crazy.
Yeah,
There's no yes man here.
yeah,
It's not your way. It's our way.
It's our way, exactly. He knows that. I know that. We understand that. It's what makes us us. It's how we even prove it because I'm in the streets. I'm the one that's in the stores. I know what's selling. I know what niggas is rocking. I know niggas want baggy now. I'm the one that knows. He has still a lot of fashion sense, but his taste is a little bit more high end. It's a little bit more elevated in that way. When he's designs, he's like, this is for this customer. I'm like, we sell to hood niggas.
We sell to hood niggas. Don't
Bring it
forget
back.
about the hood.
Bring it back.
Don't forget about the hood.
That mink is fire, but we need to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the reason to answer your second question, why people going back to baggy, first of all, everything turned, you know, because you've been around been around long enough to know that you see shit come back.
Yep, all that shit.
So it started, I think, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. J Balvin was one of the first. I have to give him props because he was one of the first ones to in the mainstream to be baggy.
Yeah.
To rock the big pants. And I remember looking at it, this is like 5 years ago, and I was like, I'm not doing baggy, bro. I can't. We just came from baggy, bro.
We just came from baggy.
We just got comfortable with this tightness.
For real.
But honestly, I was once it really hit mainstream, I was like, yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in. Because it's just, I'm into fashion. Even though I'm older, I'm still in it. I'm still involved. So I see what the kids is wearing. I see what they doing. I see what makes them happy. Oh, the crop is in. Boom, I embodied it. I throw it on. Like, yeah, I can wear this. A lot of older guys like, I'm not doing this crop shit, bro.
No, the crop is in.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. But it's like, I figured out, right? Because I'm gonna give you a quick lesson. So crop is 24 length long. That's anything under 24 and up, 23, that's crop, right? But men crop is like 24. Our average t-shirt is 27 length long. So mid crop is 26, 25. So I like to play in those 25, 26 because it's like it gives you a crop illusion, but really it's not that crop. So the guy that wants to be cool but don't really want to be crop, be rich is good for them.
Gotcha.
Right? Because there's ones that are really crop, like belly button almost.
No, I say my man had on and no shade to rough play. My man had on a rough play, and I saw his belly button, and I didn't know what was going on. What the fuck is happening right now? My other man had on another rough play, but he put the white tee under. So I'm like, I would do that.
Yeah.
I don't want the belly button showing, but everybody do their own thing.
So quick, like we just dropped last fall. We dropped a sweatsuit that was called Venom. It was a Venom sweat. It was Venom, whatever, cool. And what we did, we introduced crop, but the sweatsuit came with a t-shirt under, stitched on the crew neck. So if you threw on the sweatsuit, it gave you the crop. It had the t-shirt under, so you didn't have to like put it together yourself. It already came like that.
Yeah.
So it gave you the illusion that you was wearing something cool and crop, but you had the t-shirt to match under. So it sold out so fast because that was the introduction to a lot of people that was like, I like this look, but I wouldn't wear crop. Yeah. But now you didn't have to because it was connected to your crew neck. And if you wanted to separate it, you could have just snipped it. Pop, and now you have a t-shirt and a crew neck for one price. We did that first.
There you go.
We did a lot of things first.
You can't make this shit up.
We did a lot of things first.
Let's talk about the designs here. How does this, like the face, the eyes, like what is that? Is that you and him also in the lab again?
So we always in the lab. But Abiel, this is like almost like an African inspired type vibes. So Abiel just has, he's a genius. Like legit, I'm not even being funny. He's a genius, and his genius is in art. So he just comes up with this, and I'll just be like, it's like for example, this was one of those that was perfect. I was like, nah, this is lit. You don't gotta do nothing, don't change nothing. It was perfect, and it sold out just like that.
Does the 84 mean something?
I think 84 is the year he was born.
We're gonna go with that because a lot of us do that.
Yeah,
we love the year we was born.
Yeah.
And then the blue is the same thing, right?
Yeah, the blue is the same exact thing, it's just different color. I think the crop was more maybe this set was probably more my idea than his, but he put it together. This is like yo, we need a set, it needs to be crop, it needs to and he'll be like, all right, let me cook. And he'll cook something up, and I'll be like, yeah, that's we actually tell each other a lot that we share a brain. Because I don't have to tell him too much. He doesn't have to tell.
The chemistry is there, baby.
It's over 20 years together working together.
And there you go, people.
Hold on, let me tell y'all something.
Break it down.
Lavie or me and my beer, and I don't know. I don't even know if I want you to say. You might have to edit this, but
That's okay.
we're literally one of the first, if not the first, Spanish Bronx Dominican streetwear brands in the world. Like we was the first one to do it. Like when you talk about streetwear, you're talking about people that really started from the streets, really didn't have no fashion education, no nothing, real just passion and just like, yo, I wanna create something that people could wear. It wasn't. I never thought I was gonna sell $30 million worth of this, never. But it's like this is real fashion. This is real streetwear, and we did that. We was the first Dominican streetwear. This is 10 million now. Starting clothing line is like anything now. It's easy. But when we did it, we didn't even have Google. So just fun fact for y'all.
I'm not gonna edit that because but my brother, thank you for doing this.
Oh, thank you for having me, my brother.
Finally, we got it done.
We're gonna do 2.0 too.
We got to do 2.0. Once again, shout out where we at.
Empire in Dykeman, super fire store. They got all the fire shit. Shout out my man Los. Thank you for doing this, letting us do this here.
Thank you, Los.
Shout out to A Boogie. You heard? We here.
Another thing before we
Buttons too.
Buttons too. You got more shout outs? Okay.
Well, I mean that's the crew here.
Oh, okay. Another if a store wants to get in contact with you to get your merch, I want to throw that out there too.
Yeah, 646-685. Say that, right?
No number.
No number.
We'll cut No, you didn't finish, so nothing happened. IG?
IG. Superpower Faust _ Superpower Faust. FAUST _ You find me there, hit me on my DM. I'll send you my number and we'll send you the catalog.
And there you go. And then we get a little section.
Yeah. We're in 300 stores worldwide, give or take, month to month. We in Japan, we in Canada, we in Puerto Rico, we in Caribbeans, and obviously the United States.
Sir, Freeman and West Farms. That's all I gotta say. Freeman and West Farms. God damn it, made this shit happen, bro. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
No doubt. We did that.
Since young, always showed us love.
Always. Y la dominicana en la cámara, coño. Peace.